What is the unique about the Vajrayana? Oh, so much. So much. How do I begin? How do I begin? Okay, let's choose one of the most politically correct and so romantically nice sounding word. Non-violence. Should we choose that? Shall we talk about non-violence? You know, non-violence is such a nice thing, isn't it? Non-violence. So let's talk about non-violence. How does Vajrayana talk about non-violence? So unique. Not fighting with your emotion is non-violence. What better way than this non-violence? Not fighting with emotion. Seeing emotion as it's like this. You have wood. If you want to make a fire, and if there's a lot of wood, what do? You will like famished, what do you call it? You will get so excited. Now we can make some good fire here. That's the attitude. Not looking down. I don't know how we can make some word, I don't know. Making friend with emotion, not looking down at emotion, not fighting with emotion, negative emotion. I think that's quite unique. I think that is really the fundamental thing, fundamental non-violence. Otherwise, act of non-violence and believer of non-violence can be very, very violent. I have met many, many fanatical vegetarians. I have met so many of these fanatical, mindful people. Fanatically constipated. Okay, talk about what is the unique about Vajrayana. Non-violence, okay? Okay. What's next? There's so many. Okay, let's choose, non-violence, this very nice thing is, we talked. Now, another thing, confidence. Let's talk about confidence. Isn't that what we want? Modern world, alienation, feeling depressed, feeling useless. Everybody needs confidence. We all want to be confident. Isn't that the key? Okay, let's talk about confidence. Nowhere, but only in the Vajrayana, I think, confidence is taught intact, complete, and not only on an intellectual, philosophical, sort of something that you can read, but there is a systematic methods and, how should I say, skill on how to build that confidence. How? What is the confidence? What do we mean by confidence in the Vajrayana? Dirt is not inherent. That's the wisdom of the Vajrayana. Dirt is not inherent. Do you have a chocolate or something? Chocolate or something? Yes. I need to demonstrate this a little bit. Oh, good. It's not like mushrooms or anything like that, yeah? So, dirt But I'm confident. I'm confident to do this. Do you know why? Because it's a temporary. The actual cup, inherently not one with the chocolate. So I will not worry about these Rigpa people who gave a beautiful cup. Now I smeared it with the chocolate. I will not worry. I will not worry because they can wash it. And let me talk about this a little bit more because this is quite an important. Because, and this is a really, really important tantric wisdom. Many times, especially if there's a lot of dirt and we have never seen the spotlessness of the cup, days after days, weeks after weeks, years after year, this thing can happen that, oh no, I will never be able to do this. You understand? But if you have the knowledge that, yeah, but the cup is never become chocolate, then no matter what, the chocolate can be smeared here for 1 billion years. You can still be confident. This is the Vajrayana. This is what Vajrayana is talking about. Vajrayana is talking about you are deity. You are Buddha. You are the mandala. Your body is the mandala. Your speech is the mantra, so on and so forth. That's one of the unique quality of Vajrayana. I'm just making, this is not complete. These are very small. We can, if some other time maybe we can elaborate this for, just on that, what I just talked about, Mipam Rinpoche wrote 70 pages from all sorts of angles. No, he didn't. No, of course no. He wasn't talking about the chocolate and the cup. He talked about the basic goodness of the human being and the Buddha nature and the mandala, so on and so forth. What is the unique thing about Vajrayana? Carrying on. We will elaborate this part a little bit later, but for now, do you want something non-dogmatic? Okay, Vajrayana is it. Really. The Vajrayana cannot become dogmatic. Why? Very simple. Because Vajrayana says negative is positive. How can it become a dogmatic? Or problem is the solution and the solution is the problem. That's what the Vajrayana says. So how can it ever become dogmatic? Impossible. But as you can hear, these are not that easy to understand. I mean, it's intellectually acceptable. It's intellectually understandable, I think, if you pay some attention. But habitually and emotionally, very difficult to understand. You will still, today, after hearing this, you go back home and you will still condemn yourself, thinking that I'm the worst guy, I'm this emotional person. Confidence, you will lose it right after this. This is a habitual pattern. That will go on if you are not practicing. I'm talking about the Vajrayana path. Okay, so a path. Remember, I was talking about Cinderella path earlier. In the Cinderella path, do you know what I'm talking about? The Cinderella path. Okay, so in the Cinderella path, Buddha made a very clear distinctions between what is the problem and what is the solution. That's why it gets categorized as a Cinderella teachings. When these two gap becomes smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, when the problem and the solution has no gap, that is the teaching he meant it. It comes into the category of that. And this cannot become a dogmatic. Impossible. And by the way, I don't know, maybe I'm getting scattered everywhere, but this is even reflected. This is even reflected to the, I don't know, the idols, or the, how do you call it? I know. Let me say, okay. This is even reflected. Okay, I'll say it here. In some of his teachings, he made people shave their hair, as if the hair is in some sort of a interference to the enlightenment, or some sort of, you understand? Monks, they shave hair. On the other hand, he has also taught to, and there are people still today, whether they are genuine or not, we don't know. There are people who are so paranoid about losing one lock of hair, and they keep hair. Yogis, So, hair or no hair, both accepted. This is the beauty of the wisdom. Please don't lose this if you are a Buddhist. So important. Also, as I was talking about the idol, like if you're looking at the Thangka, the Tibetan Thangkas I don't know. Anyway, Buddha has followers. There are followers like Shariputra, Ananda is your model for this serene looking, gently walking, smiling, who says hi, you understand, who behaves well. And we venerate them very much. They are, they are the idol for the certain ethic. But have you noticed? Buddha also has disciples like a Manjushri, Avalokiteshvara, earrings, nose rings, probably driving limousine. Well, maybe not limousine, horse, they have horse, they have elephants, they have snow lion. And there are Buddha's disciples who looks strange, like Telopas, Naropas. All accepted. Do you know why? Because it is non-dogmatic path. I think it's important, these things. Carrying on with uniqueness of the Vajrayana. Little bit more uniqueness. What other uniqueness of the Vajrayana? Infinite methods. There is no limit to the methods. Believe it or not, even me sipping a cup of tea, if I do it properly, And if I do it correctly, with the right motivation, right concentration, all of that, in the Vajrayana, there are teachings that says it is more important, it has collected more merit by yourself, not other, yourself sipping a tea. You collect more merit than inviting 3 million Buddha for lunch for 3 months. The figure I'm not so sure, but something like that. You understand? But all this, I'm not making it up, really. You can refer to tantric texts. I know there are people who are saying that I'm this traditionalist, conservative, fascist, whatever. I don't know whether I'm that, but I think it is important to always go to the source, the text, and then work on that. There is nothing that is not a method in the Vajrayana. If you know how to do it, everything becomes the path. That is the uniqueness, the unique quality of the Vajrayana. Okay, one more, just one last. I know there's so many, but one last. Do you want to have this no pain, all gain? Or you are so practically minded, you say, oh no, no pain, no gain. I don't know. Secretly, I'm sure you long for no pain, all gain. But your habitual mind pushes you to, thinking no pain, no gain. Vajrayana is the path of no pain, all gain. I'm just giving you sort of a summary of this. Of course, there's a very, very detailed teachings in each of this. Please, don't just, jump to a conclusion and make some sort of a, decision. Study it, search and look for this and see whether it's making sense and so on and so forth. Okay, now